Hey Rick, hey Daniel, hey Barry. Gotta get some warm up in here before we start in a few minutes. Best way to ever warm up, of course, is a drill. Never been to a pro event and caught him playing a scrimmage game, have you? So that's what happens when you show up where you're playing a match tonight. You're hitting a few balls around, kind of sloppy, doesn't look like much of anything. And you do that and somebody goes, hey, you want to play a game? And then nobody's warming up. So what you need to do is you need to set up something that looks very symmetrical. You just can't have balls laying around because they don't care if you miss or make. They have no idea what you're doing. So what will happen at this point is if you have this table set up and then you shoot the shot correctly like that, they're standing there wondering, what's he doing? You know, is he going to make them all in one shot? I've been asked that before. So you set up the table so it looks like you're really working on something. And then you actually get to work on something that looks like that. And you put together a drill and nobody will bother you. And you can have the table all to yourself, which is really cool. Which is the way it should be, right? So, I like to warm up with a drill. I have a few that I especially love because they work on different parts of your development. So I see a bunch of you hopping on. Hello everybody. Happy Thanksgiving week is coming here for us all. I think I'm going to run this one down just a little bit because I want to push that down there. I'm always working on what the next shot's going to be. When you do a drill, there are basically a few things you have to do with every drill. Level one would be any pocket, any order. You could be a little sloppy, it doesn't matter. Level two is going to insist on wanting to do things in a very specific order. Like if it were this walking the line drill, you'd be making all the balls in a row as opposed to in any direction. Hi everybody, Dominic, Youre the Drill Instructor. For those of you just tuning in, I welcome you to the clinic every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I want to thank everybody for last week. We reached over 25,000 players last week on our show. I had no idea that was going to be such a hot topic to a young man named Justin, who is a good guy. We worked on one of his experiences in a pool match about playing offense or defense, and we showed him on a video once several weeks back. And he initially started off asking about information about maintaining your Q-tip, and then of course I had several people ask me the same question. And so our largest show we did reached over 38,000. That was the biggest number. And last week's over 25,000. I mean, that's really exciting. We averaged 10 to 15,000 a week, which is really pretty good. We even got a few people to come out of the woodwork last week because they got their knickers in a bunch about a couple things I said, which was great. But if you go back and listen to everything I said, but I don't mind. I like everybody being involved. But boy, last week was exciting. I was at my daughter's house in Atlanta. And that was one of the rare times where I don't have a pool table, so I want to teach you something that doesn't require a pool table. We talked about how to get the ding out of your shaft already. We've talked about how to fix a warped shaft already. Now last week we talked about just good tip and shaft maintenance when you're in play. And listen, I know there's material, alcohols and things that you could use to clean the shaft. This is great. But when you're on the fly and you could just say, hey Mitzi, can I borrow your towel for a second? And she hands you her bar towel. You just wipe this thing down, take a dry napkin and just wipe it off. You're fine. You're not going to destroy your shaft. It isn't like that at all. But anyway, so that's the big deal. We had a really, really great time last week. And I'm so glad we did that together. Whoops, I should pay more attention. So we did that last week and it was really pretty fun. Oh, I didn't mean to leave it down there. Well, let's get it out. Let's get it from down there and get it back up here if we can. Okay, so that was really great. I just want to thank everybody for what a wonderful time we had. Hope you're all going to have a fantastic Thanksgiving week. To all of you, to be with your families, and if you're traveling, be safe. I just got back from New York late last night, and I had really pretty exhausting day from the travel and all. So anyway, we want to get into a little bit of what we're going to teach tonight, right? I've had several people ask me about this mental game prep, and I'm going to teach you a few things about the mental game. And whether you know it or not, for the past 4 minutes, I've already been giving you mental game lessons, because some of you are probably feeling like, well, what's he talking about already? Come on, let's get into I'm already in your head. You see how that works? The best part of the mental game, one of the best, most fun things you get to do when you're exercising your mental game skills is you get into your opponent's head. And man, that is where you want to be. You get into your opponent's head, you're controlling their thinking. Let's talk about the mental game just for a little bit. And if you don't mind, I'm going to hit some balls while I'm talking about this with you. So if I might accidentally do something that's kind of cool, good, I hope you'll enjoy it. The mental game is 50% of your entire skill of the game of pool. You see, 50% of this game is mental and 50% of this game is mechanical. You've got to get that. That's the M&M. That's the M&M of this. Mental and mechanical. See, what I'm doing right now is completely mechanical, right? But it's also completely mental. But how am I doing this? Well, you see, one of the main things that's happening is I'm talking to you and I'm concentrating more on what I want to talk about with you. And actually, I'm just shooting and not even really paying much attention to whatever I'm shooting. And of course, there might be a couple of times where it actually looks like I'm not paying much attention. But the fact is, you will play your best mental game of pool when you're at the table. You have a mental game strategy. When you're not at the table, you have a mental game strategy. And most players don't do that, and they get in trouble. They wind up sitting down in the seat because something didn't go wrong. They take a shot, it's a really tough shot, and they don't make the shot. And now you will sit in the chair and you will stew about what you missed, or who distracted you, or now this guy at the table or this woman at the table, how you should be at the table, and what is the score, and yada, 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 yada. Man, you're so messing up yourself, you're actually on your opponent's team. You can't do this to yourself. Mental sabotage, it should just never exist. Slamming your stick, complaining over the situation of the leave of the shot, and you're standing there whining, all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. That's the shot on the table. That's it. You created that, or your opponent created it, and the only attitude you ought to have is the same one that I teach in the mental portion of the drill instructor's pre-shot routine. I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. Go ahead, say that with me. I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. Yeah, you need to learn how to say that. I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. Now, I'm walking around the table talking to you. I got 3 really tough shots I got to manage to figure out how to get out of. But I don't want to manage to figure out how to get out of them. What I'm really going to rather do is just talk to you, because if I talk to you and I don't do anything else, and I pay more close attention to you and what I'm talking about, then my concentration on what I'm doing is really going to be on the basis of what I'm talking to you about, and what's actually going on the pool table really isn't going to matter a whole lot, because as far as you and I are concerned, we're busy having a conversation here. I just so happen to be shooting balls in at the exact same time. That's how your brain needs to work when you're actually at the table. Now, one of the techniques I've taught you guys many times, and there's a bunch of them I could teach you, but I taught you the 0 to 121, the 121 to 0 drill. Remember? You just stand here and just start counting. 121, 120, 119, 118, 117. That's it. And just focus on the number. You missed a shot, you sit down and just keep counting or do something else. But the point is this: when you get on a tough shot and you don't make this shot, what are you going to do? Keep chewing yourself out to death while you're sitting in the chair? What do you think the condition of you is going to be when you come back to the table after that? Oh, now I'm going to get him? Not hardly. You're going to continue with that same trash, so it has to be a lot more like this. So here I am, I'm down in a tough shot. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead, follow my pre-shot routine, take the shot, make the shot. I keep going, but if I don't make the shot, and that time I actually tried to not make the shot, but if I don't make the shot, I'm going to sit down and have something entirely pre-planned, all ready to be thinking about, whether I'm going to choose to listen to what song is being played, or choose to see what's actually on television, or I'm bringing a little something with me to read. I'm going to look in a drill instructor book. I don't know. Whatever you choose to do. But get your head out of your last inning. So this is very important for your mental game. Stop sitting in the chair, still thinking about why you're not at the table anymore. You're going to destroy yourself. And stop being so negative, and stop insulting yourself all the time. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh man, I can't believe it. I am the worst. Oh my gosh, I hate those shots. Those are the worst shots I ever have to make. God, I can't stand it when that happens to me. You know, I can't stand when I play these guys that are way better than me. I can't hit the ball like that. Wham, 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 wham. You are killing yourself. Why don't you just forfeit? You'd be better off. Just forfeit. You're supposed to be out there having fun. You're not making a living at this. But at least from a competitive point of view, let me teach you some really, really great ideas, okay? So when I just, as you can see while I'm talking to you, I am just going to focus on creating a disaster. What did I just do? Oh, man, I'm such an idiot. I don't believe it. You see how stupid that is? That's not a fit. I can sit here and just take this one more time and go, wait a minute, okay. What was I trying to do again? Oh, I know what I was trying to do. I'm trying to go 2 rails and get up to the 12 ball. Come on, let's pay attention, okay? Instead of listening to the idiot. So there's 1 rail. There's 2 rails. Oh, I still didn't do it. Golly, what's the matter with me? Man, I get so stupid. Huh? Stop talking about yourself like that. That is never, ever going to help you. And by the way, in case nobody has ever had the guts to tell you this, nobody wants to hear you complaining about you either. Okay? Nobody thinks that your mess up is so important that they really need to hear about your mistake. Okay? So you need to get over that and stop that. I'm great. I love watching me shoot pool. I'm amazed at the really good stuff I can do. God, I love being a winner. You know, I don't even mind sometimes letting the other person win, and I'm glad I get to be the one out there helping them do that. If you can't speak well about yourself, you're going to destroy your game. The mental game is 50% of your entire game of pool. Whether you're on defense, 50% is mental, 50% is defense mechanics. If you're on offense, 50% is mental, 50% is offense mechanics. You've got to get that. And I can't make this any clearer to you, because if I try to, I'm going to wind up just repeating myself, and nothing I say or do is going to matter. And you're not going to watch anything I say or do, because all I'm going to sit there and do is get frustrated that I just missed that shot. Your mental game has to be smooth. You know if you don't eat right, what you should be eating. You know whether you could drink or not drink, what you should be drinking, so you're not flying off the hook with Powerade or superpower sugared kinds of drinks with high doses of caffeine. You got to know better. That doesn't help you. Some people, I remember a guy told me, yeah, I got to drink a few shots and really loosen up. That helps me loosen up. So what you're telling me is until you're half drunk, you really can't shoot pool very well. I believe you because I've met so many people like that. And actually, they know they have to get all their stinking thinking out of the way because that's the problem. Okay, look, gang, all I want you to understand about the mental game, I'm going to give you 3 main things I want you to understand. First and foremost, this entire thing has to be fun. First and foremost, this has to be fun. Second, when you're at the table, you're in charge. You're the queen. You're the king. When you're at the table, nobody makes you sit down unless you choose to want to sit down. You're in charge. You're the headliner. You're the main show. And you have to decide if what you're doing is absolutely the best thing you can do to have fun. And if it's not, you need to find out exactly what that really should be. And here's the third thing you need to really, really know. If you don't plan a mental game, you have one already planned. It's designed to sabotage you and cut you down and take you out. We already come with a free, preloaded, full clip of all the most negative, cut down things you could say about yourself to take you out. You need to get over that. You need to take that clip out and toss it. And the only thing you need to be loading in is, I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. I love watching me play. I'm so darn good at this. I have a great time. Watch this shot. I'm going to actually make the 7 ball, and then I'm going to get shape on the 3 ball following it. This has got to be my best shot. Look at this. Oh, I love when I do that. Nicely done. Gosh, I love watching me shoot pool. You see the difference? I'm not trying to be braggadocious about me. I'm telling you, stop being so negative, hard, harsh, and cut down on you. Your mental game is 50% of the whole action. And once you start talking negative and start whining and complaining about what you don't like about how you do, you're taking that 50% and you're making that 90% of your game. Honestly, you're hurting yourself. And you don't need to do that. Now, I'm going to shoot this 3 ball, and then we're going to end this fun time. But again, I want to thank you. First, I want to again thank Dr. Harrison. If any of you are not wearing really good pool glasses that have no frames of obstruction in the view, come on. Call Gordon Harrison and tell him, hey, I need a pair of pool glasses. And you go right on the website, the drill instructor site, go right down the right-hand column of the site, and you'll see a little picture of me with my eyes in a frame. And you go tell Gordon that I told you to call. And let's put this one on the rail and make it even a little tougher. Okay? And I'm going to give myself something to shoot for. I'm going to shoot for this one right down here. I think this is a great shot. I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. Don't you love this shot? Isn't this your favorite shot? Don't you love that shot? Isn't that your favorite shot? Look, I'm pretty much almost straight in on that shot. But what if I had to put this one back down here and get there again? Oh, wow! Now I really love this shot. This is my favorite shot. By the way, that's a really great drill. That's one of the 4 Pong drills. And this one is rail Pong. And 10 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, back and forth. And you work on this. And listen, when you have an opportunity to get into this situation in a game, you want the mental skill for this, all you do is remind yourself, hey, wait a minute, this is the Pong drill. Oh my gosh, I've done this a few hundred times. I know this drill. I'm pretty sure I can do this drill because I've done it so many times before. And you just go ahead and give it a try. And you keep trying it and trying it and trying it. Not until you could make it. But the way you do it, as I've taught you so many times before, is you just shoot the shot until you just can't miss it. That's all. Let's see if we get up there and make shape for this next one. Yeah, I think we can get up there and make that. All right, everybody. I want to wish you the happiest, merry, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I wish I was coming to all of your houses and eating turkey dinner with you, but in my heart, I'll be there. And until next Tuesday night when we get a chance one more time together, and we have the opportunity to work on something really important. This mental game is really important, isn't it, everybody? It really is. So the bottom line is, I want you to remember all the time, aim straight, shoot straight, split the buckets. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, go to the website, thedrillinstructor.us. Please go to the website and just really take advantage of some good training stuff, all right? Really good stuff, and I appreciate that greatly. I love you guys. God bless you. Good night.